All right. I don't have much time. I have 8 minutes, or around 9 minutes, and I have a lot to say, I think. But yeah, I want to. One of the things I want to talk about is this idea of multi-tribal alliances. Okay. Now, I mean, when I read the books, right? These books, like there's this one YouTuber. He's called what alt history, or if what history, alt history. I don't know. And he's he's made some good videos before. I really enjoyed some of his stuff, but sometimes he gets on there and he just talks and he's like, the book says this, the book says that. I read a lot of books. Like I read a lot of books. And it's like, I mean, the book is like this like talisman, obviously, and it's like nobody ever thinks that the author could be trying to trick you, whether on purpose or just because the author tricks themselves. Um, Again, you have to treat your mind as a sanctuary, and just don't open your mind to every book. Process all thoughts that come into your head. But I've read the books, the modern books, and I've processed some of these thoughts. And a lot of the modern thought on multi-tribal alliances is that they're made fun of, right? I mean, you have the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and people are looking at this thing, and it's like, oh my God, this like, how could something like this be? Oh my God, it's so stupid, and I think the Holy Roman Empire was the same thing. It was a multi-tribal alliance, and people nowadays are like, oh, this was just so stupid. Oh my God, it's so bad. But I want to have some historical pushback here. To some of these modern thoughts that just make fun of multi-tribal alliances as dumb and stupid, right? Um, I mean, if you look back to Genghis Khan, right? A lot of people like blaspheme Genghis Khan because they just don't tell the real history. And the real history is that this was a man who fought for a meritocracy, and he also fought for law. Like you don't kill diplomats. If you kill diplomats, it doesn't matter that you're living in a city. You're a barbarian. You know, I mean, like this idea of city folk um, versus nomads, and the nomads are uncivilized. No, it's about the law. The law makes you civilized or uncivilized, and you just don't kill the messenger. I mean, shit. Um, and so. But I mean, what was it, right? It was this beautiful thing. At the end of the day, like, I don't necessarily agree with everything that Genghis Khan did. I don't know enough to make judgments like that. Um, but that one tribe he fucked up. I don't know. I think they deserved it. You just don't like. He just sent peaceful diplomats, and then, it's like boom, they get killed, and he's like, "Fuck you guys." Anyways, um, but what was it, right? What was this? Because after that, after the Mongolian Civil War, which Genghis Khan won, and it was Mongolian Civil War, again, it was aristocracy and nepotism and favoritism versus merit, and Genghis Khan favored merit. Um, from what I hear, right? After that, they went around conquering the other nomads, right? But they didn't destroy these nomads. Like nowadays, if you go into another country, that you're going to be the conqueror, and you're going to go into conquer and assimilate and destroy. No, that's not what war is, historically speaking. I mean, the Genghis Khan and the Mongolians didn't go in and destroy the Turks. No, you had this beautiful thing of Mongols and Turks riding together. Like, that is a beautiful thing. Mongols and Turks riding together. Um, instead of fighting and killing each other, they're fighting and killing others. But yeah, no, intertribal, like I was learning, I was watching these historical videos on online, and one of them was a history of the Mali Empire, right? Mali in North Africa, right? And what was this? This was a multi-tribal alliance, and it didn't surprise me at all, and that's a beautiful thing. Like, again, this idea of going in and destroying a tribe and assimilating it into yours, it's just not a historical thing. It's something that lives in the prideful imaginations of the nationalists. Um, tribes fighting together. Tribes like loving each other would probably be the best. Um, but tribes, fighting together, instead of one trying to, uh, you know, um, exploit another. One tribe trying to exploit another. Um, you could look at the beginning of the Cossacks, right? You had these Kievan Slavs, and they get conquered by the Mongols. And many of these Kievan Slavs, they don't get, destroyed and murdered by these Mongols. If they had, or the Turks who were there too, they weren't murdered and destroyed by these Mongols and Turks, because if they had, you wouldn't have the Cossacks. Like, the Cossacks were trained to be nomadic by the Mongols and the Turks. These were Slavs who were abandoning their Kievan cityfied life to become nomads, and they were birthed as nomads through friendship with the Mongols and the Turks, and that's a beautiful thing. Slavs and Mongols and Turks riding together. That's a beautiful thing. Um, and it's powerful. Like, again, like, this is pushback against these ideas, you know, that multi-tribal alliances are stupid. Oh my God. This comes from a prideful and hubristic nationalism that is really just a disguise for hatred. It is love of tribe, um, as the face, but the reality is just hatred. Because you can love your tribe, but that doesn't mean you have to hate the other guy's tribe. But that's what nationalism is. It's all about hating the other guy's tribe. So yeah, fuck nationalism.